Claude did not get rescued because it was failing. It got something more important: compute. Anthropic's new SpaceX deal gives Claude access to more than 300 megawatts of capacity and over 220,000 NVIDIA GPUs. And the result is immediate: higher Claude code limits, more Opus API capacity, and a much clearer message about the AI race. The next winner may not simply be the company with the smartest model. It may be the company with enough chips, power, data centers, and partners to let people actually use it. That is why this SpaceX deal matters. For months, Claude users have had a strange complaint. Many people loved the model, especially for coding and serious work, but they kept running into limits. Claude Code users hit 5-hour caps. Pro and Max users paid for more access, but still felt blocked at peak times. API customers wanted more predictable Opus capacity. Developers trying to build products around Claude needed reliability, not a tool that felt powerful 1 hour and restricted the next. Then Anthropic announced the SpaceX compute deal, and the product changes followed immediately. Claude Code's 5-hour limits doubled for Pro, Max, Team, and seat-based enterprise plans. Peak hour limit reductions were removed for Claude Code on Pro and Max. API rate limits for Claude Opus models were increased. That tells us something important. Claude's biggest short-term problem was not just intelligence, it was capacity. Compute means the chips, electricity, cooling, networking, and data center space needed to train and run AI models. More compute means more users, faster responses, higher limits, and fewer slowdowns. In normal software, you can often scale by improving code and renting more cloud servers. Frontier AI is different. Every serious coding session, enterprise workflow, API request, and model upgrade burns expensive infrastructure. This is where the Elon Musk angle gets interesting. He runs xAI, and Grok competes directly with Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, and other major assistants. On paper, giving Anthropic access to a massive AI cluster looks awkward, but in AI, incentives often matter more than old insults. SpaceX had valuable compute. Anthropic needed valuable compute, and Elon's bigger fight has often been with OpenAI. So even if Anthropic and xAI compete, giving one of OpenAI's strongest rivals more capacity still fits the broader power game. The real story is bigger than Elon, though. Anthropic is no longer just the quiet, safety-focused alternative to OpenAI. It is trying to become one of the central AI platforms for work. Claude Code is pushing hard into software development. Claude is being sold into enterprise workflows. Anthropic is expanding into regulated industries where reliability, privacy, and regional infrastructure matter. And every one of those customers increases the pressure on Anthropic's infrastructure. That is why the company is stacking compute deals from almost every direction. The SpaceX deal adds more than 220,000 NVIDIA GPUs. Anthropic has also announced an up to 5 gigawatt agreement with Amazon, a 5-gigawatt Google and Broadcom partnership expected to start coming online in 2027, a Microsoft and NVIDIA partnership that includes $30 billion of Azure capacity, and a $50 billion American AI infrastructure investment with FluidStack. Reuters also reported that Anthropic has committed to spending $200 billion with Google Cloud over 5 years. If accurate, that shows how extreme the infrastructure race has become. AI labs are no longer just model companies. They are becoming massive buyers of power, chips, cloud capacity, and custom data centers. And that creates a strange industry map. Anthropic competes with Google's Gemini, but also needs Google TPUs and Google Cloud. It competes in a market shaped by Microsoft and OpenAI, but it also has Microsoft and NVIDIA capacity. It competes with xAI, but now uses SpaceX-linked infrastructure. It works deeply with Amazon, even while Amazon has its own AI chip ambitions. Clean rivalries are disappearing because compute is too important. The valuation story makes that pressure even bigger. Reports now say Anthropic has agreed terms for a $30 billion funding deal at a $90 billion valuation. Other reports say its annualized revenue could soon exceed $45 billion, rising sharply from about $9 billion at the end of last year. Those are reported numbers, not finalized public financial statements, but they explain why investors are treating Anthropic less like a chatbot chatbot startup and more like a possible operating layer for the AI economy. But there is a serious tension here. Anthropic built its brand around safety. It talks about controlled deployment, alignment, and refusing some dangerous uses. At the same time, it is signing giant infrastructure deals, chasing huge enterprise demand, and fighting for a place near the top of the AI market. That tension is now visible in government. The Pentagon has moved to bring frontier AI tools into classified networks, and Anthropic was not included in the latest major group of vendors. The dispute comes from Anthropic's refusal to remove safeguards related to fully autonomous weapons and mass domestic surveillance. The government wanted broader, lawful use terms. Anthropic pushed back. That is exactly the kind of conflict that happens when AI becomes national security infrastructure. The company wants government relevance, but it also wants safety boundaries. The government wants powerful tools inside sensitive networks. Other companies are willing to sign. Anthropic's refusal may protect its safety image, but it can also cost access, influence, and major contracts. Then there is Mythos. Claude Mythos Preview is reportedly being used for advanced cybersecurity work. Mozilla said an early version helped identify 271 vulnerabilities in Firefox, which were then fixed. That is huge for defenders. If AI can help find bugs before attackers do, software teams can patch faster and reduce risk. But the same capability has a darker side. If AI gets better at finding weaknesses in software, attackers can use similar tools too. The issue is not just one secret model. The issue is that vulnerability discovery may become cheaper, faster, and more automated across the entire AI ecosystem. That is why Anthropic's position is so unique. On one side, it is racing toward giant revenue, giant valuation, and giant infrastructure. On the other side, it is still trying to be the company that says no when a capability feels too dangerous. Those two identities can exist together, but the pressure between them is growing. The reality check is simple. More compute does not automatically mean Claude wins. Anthropic still has to prove that these deals turn into a better user experience, fewer frustrating limits, clearer subscription value, stronger API reliability, better models, and less confusion for developers. If people still feel blocked after this much infrastructure, expectations will turn against the company fast. But the direction is clear. The AI race is moving beyond model demos. The real battle is chips, electricity, cloud contracts, government access, security capability, and customer trust. Claude's SpaceX deal is not just a strange partnership between rivals. It's a signal that frontier AI is becoming industrial infrastructure. And once AI companies need that much power to compete, the question changes completely. Should the future of AI be decided by the best models or whoever controls the most compute?